Hola, buenos dias. Hello, good morning, bienvenido. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For all the viewers out there and all the subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much for watching my videos, especially space discoveries. I'm really excited. It's good to know that you guys are getting an understanding what's going on through space and time. So knowing that I just finished doing Space Discoveries episode 5, it's fantastic. You're going to love it. And I'm already in the format of doing these platforms through episode 6. So I hope everybody's doing well. As I keep you informed what's going on right now, the energetic waving patterns through its condensers and its generating operation system is understanding the matrix grid systems and everything through the mind of its collaboration systems. So every time I go through my PayPal account and I heal everybody through its condensers, is understanding that there's formats that I go through the body system. So because there's sector units, and these sector units are in its collaboration of its patterns. So you have to understand where frequency levels. And the reason why, I put up a PayPal account, I'll say this again and again and again, is because it's changing devices through location systems, okay, through the space of its anomaly system. Your mind, brain, and frequency system, hey Tricia, is going on so many device systems, which means that it has to be healed, okay? And the only way to do that is to know exactly what's going on with your brain frequency systems, okay? It's understanding that you get less stress levels, more balance, and it's continuous force riding systems and everything through circulation rotations. The cycle divisions through the electrolytics is going through the capacitor system. So the mind consists on so many levels of electronic interference and has so many correction devices through its frequency system, through its atmosphere systems. So right now I'm in the mode system of its mind and its brain and everything through its connection of its hydraulics. So knowing how powerful, because the mind consists on so many levels of space and time. So it's actually that the mind can actually go in itself of its body and understand everything through its listening skills, its vibrations, its energies, everything through its emotional content, understanding the sounding waves of your vibration, the sounding waves of your ear condensers, your sounding waves of your eye receptors, eye repeaters, the reception devices, okay, through your voicing grids, voicing patterns, mind conceptual systems. When you're in the hydraulics, your mind changes everything through its fraction division, through its fraction grids, through its energy grids, through its location grids, okay? So understanding that you know your knowledge of yourself, you'll know yourself through your circuitry levels and how you can use your vibrations to all location systems, okay? So the phrasing units, understanding through the sector vector unit system is optical centers through its illusory. The illusory is its connection through its hologram system. So the pixel division is activating everything through the mind. Everything connects, okay, through the mind and its condensers of everything through its connection of its mortal hearts and everything through its ancient of its soul's recognition, okay? So it's very important that we understand what's going on through all circuitry levels of the mind, brain, frequency, analytical mind graphing system, okay? If we have to be healed once through the PayPal, do we need to do it again? From time to time, yes. And the reason why that is because your transformation light changes every single time. So the mind conceptual system through the dream set sequencing system is going to force winds, its calculation, modification, energy, mass, and calibration. I keep saying those things because they are so connected through space and time. So your mind consists on so many levels of hydraulics through electricity, okay? So you have to understand when you're in the phrasing units, okay? Remember I was talking about prothesis and you get into the antimatter particles and you got to get into the helix and the hydrogen and all that, right? Because the dimensional earth has a vibration system that's on a hydrogen system, okay? So that's how we get the equivalency of a balance system. I know it's extremely complicated, but it's understanding not just your vibration, but everything through its coloration of its fraction division, through its alignments, and everything through the harmonic system. So it's very important that you go through the sector units systems that are connected through your body. Okay, so I'll draw it out. Okay, but it's very important that you go through this. All right. And then for all the new viewers out there, it's very important that you adapt to your body simulator. Okay. Not the body conceptual of its old system, because the old system is only going to go through its atmospheres. It's not going to go into the biodome. You have to get into therium. You have to get connected to the dimensional earth. Okay, so I'm going to do blue graph and cycle system through electronic interference through all blue coloration systems. Okay, that's what this is. Okay, so the mind consists on so many levels of vocabulary system, which means that the circuitry levels is that you can, like I said, say this marker 10 times, 15 times, 20 times. It depends on where the mind is and where it's set through its levels, because it can go on its continuous force and be anywhere in seconds through its dimensionals. Okay. All right. So, but that's a very good question, Tricia. Very good question. But that's it. It's the constant healing that has to be done through the mind, because the mind has to get connection. Like with the car has spark plugs. Okay. It has a fan belt. Okay. It has all these things through the hydraulics of its car. And every time you go through the mechanic, it has to be fixed, right? It's the same thing with the body, because you're an electrical unit. Okay. So the more you understand that, the more you understand the mind breathing frequency systems through the scanning mode systems. Okay, so it goes on so many correction devices. So that's 3, 4, 5. Okay, depending on your energy fields. Okay. So the more you understand your circles and cycles of your body system, try to understand everything that's going on through its modes. Okay, you have to understand how you are connected through space. Okay, because that's what the higher self is, right? It's an electrical unit through electricity that's connected through box voicing systems that are connected through its mind and capacitor system. You have to understand everything that's in the mind, everything that's in the body, and everything that's in its lower frame system. Okay, so that's what he's saying when you get into the hydraulics. You have to know your circular gravitation. So you start off like that. Okay, so each sector unit, okay, you start with the grounds and you work your way up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's 10 divisional levels. Okay, it's like 10 atmosphere systems where you have to get connected with the weather patterns. Same thing when you get into the biotherm and everything through its connection of its biochemistry system to its bilocation system when you get into the chakra systems. Now, you know how to use communication devices and how to locate dimensional sets through all paraphrasings of entity force systems. Well, this is the understanding the continuous force and how you high rise through the hydraulics of the circuitry of its mind capacitor system. Well, you have to go into, this is how you get into spade mode. This is space mode. This is how you get into everything through its connection of self-revelation, electricity units. You have to understand how powerful it is, because every time you travel through a distance, you have to have an upgrading system through the mind capacitor system. Okay, so that's where the healing comes in. Okay, you can't travel farther and farther unless you're healed through its upgrading system, because as it goes upgrades, it downloads, its uplinks. Okay, it's very important to understand what's going on. So the upgrading central system through 10 paraphrasings of its body of an ecosystem, or its connection through its body simulator system, has to understand its side running angles. Okay, so it starts off like that. Okay, these are the sector units that are split and divided. So it's going through scanning mode system. Okay, so understanding that, your energy fields come in. Okay, I'm just showing you exactly what goes on with its healing condensers. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you have 5 unit systems through energy hydraulic systems that are connected to vibration systems. This is your energy field. This is your energy force field. Now, once you understand your energy force field, it changes coloration patterns and it communicates through its chakra system. If you know how to communicate with your new chakra system and connect through the weather patterns and go into the meteorological system of its dimensional earth and its connection through its mortal sun and its mortal moon, then you're connecting through its airwaving cycles through its connection of its human system. Okay, so you got five circle systems that are connected to energy grid systems that are connected to force field systems. Now you high rise those divisions. Okay, so you go through the ground formations. Okay, and it changes color. So every time it changes color, it's changing your division through its body simulator. Okay, so that's what it's looking like so far. Okay, so it's understanding that it's wind forcing. Remember I was telling you about, you go into the pixel vision through its dimensional, you come out of the dimensional through its line signals, and it goes into the body simulator. Well, that's it. You have to understand the hydraulics You have to understand everything through its connections and force fields. So once you get into the mind, okay, the mind itself, because the mind works every single day. Okay, the mind is an adapter. Okay, mind receptor. Now the thing is too is I noticed that everything in vocabulary system through its diameter system through its speed odometer, you have to have those two for line distance through its communication of its dimensional set systems. It's extremely powerful stuff. So that's the mind, and we are through its connection through letters, numbers, and shapes. Everything is spelled different, and the reason why that is because it has a line communication through line frequency system. Okay, so that's what I'm saying is that is the mind receptor. That mind receptor is going to all connections through 10 paraphrasings of its scanning mode systems. So that's going through the hydraulics. Okay, and that's a circuitry level system. Very powerful stuff. It's working around, it's circulating and rotating. Okay. So you have to understand what's in the mind system. Actually try to visualize what you look like as a higher self. Okay. That's what you got to do. You have to get into that scanning and understand that male or female through its condenser's motions is understanding the electricity around its body frequency of its members, not even the phase structure and how it's going through the electrical system. Well, it's understanding the full capacity of its body, of its structure, of its illumination, okay, of its mind graphing system. Okay, so that's basically what it is. It's a figure 8 motion through its connection through its planet system. They're all lines of communication planets. Okay, so that hydraulic system is working through the brain wave and frequency system. So it's going through the mind capacitor. Okay. Okay, so it's going through the mind capacitor. All right, now what's it going through the mind capacitor? It's on its continuous force through its circles. Everything goes like that, right? Like this. It's very important to understand how the mind works and how it adapts. So it's understanding how to correct everything through the energy fields that's connected through its body system to its body of its simulated system. Remember, you get into the space modes and you get into the modulator, body modulator, you get into the eye modulator. There's so many things that are connected through the hydraulics. You are so connected through electricity. It's unbelievable. It's amazing that you can actually, if you can actually see what's going on, how everything's connected through the mind capacitor of the mind receptors, then you get into the eye repeaters. Okay. So I'm changing location systems to marker systems. Okay. So this is the eye repeaters. Okay. Okay, so that's the eye repeaters. So you got the mind capacitor, mind receptor, and eye repeaters. Okay, so everything under its connection is understanding its contention when it comes to volumes of electricity systems. Okay, so let's go back to green. So our energy field's high rise. It goes through its location centers and it gets bigger and bigger through its atmosphere systems. It connects through its eye repeaters, connects through its mind capacitor, and it connects through its mind receptors. Okay, so once I understand its connection through the mind septical unit, vector sector unit systems through the hydraulics of its mind capacitor systems are very important to understand the scanning mode systems because you're going through the traveling mechanisms. You can't win your force connections through northwest, south, and east if you don't understand location centers. So that's very important that you get your upgrades through the mind capacitor, mind receptor, and the eye repeaters. Okay, because everything through the mind repeaters is connection through the body frequency levels of its hydraulics. Okay, and we already know what that is through its connection. So use another red here. So everything through its connection, okay, is sidewinds its circles. Okay, through its connection, it goes through its circles and cycles through its atom system. Now that atom system becomes a dimensional realm. Now the reason why it becomes a dimensional realm is because it's changing its atmospheres, it's changing its oxygen levels, okay? Changing atmosphere. Levels, okay, of the mind system. Well, there's a lot going on today, but you have to understand how powerful your mind is and your body is and everything through its connection. So changing atmosphere levels of the mind system. Okay. So everything is connected. I show you exactly where everything goes. This is in your new atom system through circulation rotation, connecting through its energy fields. Once it connects to its energy fields, it overlaps and changes its coloration. Now you get into the psych-op division. Okay. So you have to get partnership with your body, the mind and the soul, through its body of its ego and its body of the simulator system. So that changes color and it goes into red. Okay, so it goes into red and your energy fields get bigger. When your energy fields get bigger, then you know exactly what's going on with your body simulator. Okay, that's what happens. Okay, now it's in a full rotation system that's connected through coloration systems. So it's changing atmosphere systems every time you line communicate through its body of its mode system. So it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, paraphrasing to its center system through cross-referencing system. Then you got 5 more to its atmosphere system. Then you get into the mind receptor, to the mind capacitor, and everything through the eye repeaters. Okay. So I'll let you know, Trisha. Okay. I'll let you know. That's why I'm doing illustrations right now, because you guys have to really, really inform yourself with your body simulator. Not only you have to communicate with your higher self more, because the higher self has to be upgraded. Okay. What I mean by that is that, when humans get sick, what do? They do things to make themselves heal, right? It's the same thing. Everything is going through your immune system. But our immune system, okay, is its energy field. Okay. Our energy fields are our immune system when it comes to hydraulics. Once you understand that you're a cybergenetic system through all locations of vibration systems, of dimensional sets of all locations, through all levels of gamma ray systems, then you understand the mind capacitor, mind receptor, and the eye repeaters through its connection of this force recognition when it comes to force fields and everything that changing atmosphere systems through levels of the mind system. Okay. All right. It's extremely powerful stuff once you understand that you're an electrical unit. Okay. Like I said, if you rub your arm like this very fast, okay, eventually it's going to get hot. Now it depends on the levels of its condensing energy system. So basically try to understand research of your body and what it's doing. Okay. What are my volumes? Because everything through the electrical unit is changing fraction divisions. It's changing the pixels. It's changing in activations. It's changing its energy fields. It's changing its coloration. It's changing its atoms. Okay, because you have a century system unit, which is connected through its universal device system, which is a dimensional of yourself, of its earth. You have the dimensional, okay, of a realm inside your body. And that's where you get into the definitive breath, into the infinity of its breath, to the sacred elixir, and everything through its sacred mind, and everything through the sacred fire. Okay? Then you understand everything through its pyramid system. Once you understand the pyramid system, it locates all centers and it comes together. Okay? It's understanding how to take the mind graphing system to alignments through all matrix systems, and how you can bring the letters, numbers, and shapes all together through its shape system. Okay, this is extremely complicated, but I'm showing you how everybody's connected through their pyramid system. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, triangle angular base, but it's a pyramid system. Okay, see how it's connecting? Right? Now it's on a 45-degree angle. Okay, but that's okay. It's understanding that the mind itself has a pyramid. The body has a pyramid. Okay, and your lower frequencies of its energy field has a pyramid. So you have 3 century system pyramids through a diamond core system that's are connected through the changing atmospheres of levels of this mind system. Okay, so it's understanding what coloration are you at through your pyramid. Right? Like I said, when you meditate, please feel formed to go into your pyramid system and activate everything, because the higher self knows exactly what to do when it gets its right locations. Then it gets its pyramid system, then it activates its own pixel division, because the pixel division has to activate its mode system through its mind receptor, mind capacitor, I receptors, and everything through its condensers. The condensers, okay, are oscillating wind systems that are connected through its pyramid system. That's where it changes the colorations through its diamond core. And once you get into the diamond core, it changes fraction divisions through its alignments of its matrix grids. That's where you get into the full wind cycles of shapes, letters, numbers, and how they all come together through your pyramid system. So, show you that one more time. Try to be informed with that, but I'll keep you in intent of what's going on through your continuous force. I give you these framing systems from time to time because your scanning modes are going through so many device systems. You guys are traveling so much. And don't forget, I'm connected to you as you're connected to me. All right. So we know exactly what's going on with the mind system. So I know exactly where Melissa is. I know where Trish is. I know where Anna is. I know where Michael is. I know where everybody is. Okay. That's understanding where the mind can be in everywhere and every second. Okay. That's understanding how you can be in space and time through its frequency levels and always be ahead of time of everything through its condensing motion. And when you get into the mind telepathy of its telekinesis activation codes, then you get into the pyramid of its activation of its mode system. Okay. So, but you guys are becoming extremely powerful. So be grateful for that. Your intelligence is high rising. Your knowledge systems are high rising. Your condensers are on frequency levels. You have to high rise your balance levels, so your continuous force, your body receptors, your body continuous force has to high rise. So it's very important how to balance everything through the mind system, because it's very important what the mind is doing. Okay, the mind is everything through collaboration, so it knows how to upgrade. Okay, now the thing is, you guys are in the healing mode system. You guys know how to use your thoughts. You know how to use your provisions. You know how to use your active centers. Active center is connected through its energy field. So that's understanding that your circles of cycles are either big or small, medium or short. So everything through vibration of energy fields, okay, is going through a DNA structure, through a pixel, through an examination. And that examination is going through its line frequency system. Then you understand the hydraulics of its frequency levels through its humanity system. The humanity system of you through a human vessel is understanding that you have to control yourself more because the mind system is out now in space. So it's trying to control everything through its atmospheres. Okay, that's where you get into the changing of its atmosphere systems. Okay, so it's very important that when you go through the healing, I'll tell you exactly what happens with everybody's body and their mind, because you're going on so many levels of DNA structures. Okay, so it's very important that we upgrade the mind system through the body system and everything through the lower frequency system, so you guys can travel farther and farther. Okay, because if I don't upgrade your mind repeaters and your eye receptors and everything through its mind contentions and everything through hydraulics, through the circuitry of its element systems, everything is going to go through its velocity wind spin system, through its back force system. Okay, so it's very important we go through upgrades. It's understanding you're going through a higher force connection of acceleration speed systems. Okay, so your mind system has to be at that balance. Then you get into that pyramid system. Okay, everybody has a pyramid. You have to understand its activation code. You have to understand how to get into that pyramid. You have to understand how to energize your own body system through the hydraulics. Okay, so it's kind of like a plug-in device that goes into your mind system. And what that does is it uprises its illumination lights, and it changes everything through the fractal division of its letters, numbers, and shapes. Okay. So the more you understand that you are pixels, like I said before in my back review videos, I do that every single day. I like to give reviews to everybody because it's very important what's happening with your body simulator. Okay. Because everything has to be an upgrade. You guys have to force recognize everything that's going on through your body system. Because if you don't, what happens if I don't keep giving you videos? The depleting motion of its mind system is going through the hydraulics of its oxygen levels. So you have to stay at that balance through its circuitry system. Okay. So if you go to a high wind force system, through a star system, through connection of other energy planet systems that are on low rise systems, what's going to happen is you're not going to have that balanced system through its upgrade system, through its downloads and its uplinking. Okay. Through its upgrading. These things are very important because it goes into the energy cycles. Like I said, your vibration signals can be low frequency, medium frequency, or high frequency, or supreme. immortal or gods. It all depends, okay? But you really, really have to get connected with your balance through the brain and the mind and everything through its connection, okay? This is going way beyond meditation, okay? This is understanding how to control your new chakra system, because it's extremely, extremely powerful through vibration, okay? So everything through the mind has to be upgraded so you can high wind your forces, because I see a lot of people traveling further and further, and they're trying to understand their line communication. Line communication is everything through space and time, okay? So it's fascinating stuff, isn't it? Trisha, Melissa, great to see everybody. Anna, you guys are chatting. It's good. When I close my eyes, I see all red now. Okay, if you're seeing red, you're seeing your transformation new lights through its. The new chakra system has its own. It's an upgrading system. Remember, I was talking about the old chakra system. The new chakra system is just upgrading everything through atmospheres. So it's understanding that the mind system is changing through colors. And those colors are changing through fractions. Those fractions are changing through alignments. Those alignments are changing through pixels. Those pixels are changing through letters, numbers, and shapes. Okay? It's everything through the mind is chronological order. Okay, through upgrades. So you go through the 10 of its body systems. Okay? That is understanding the scanning. Okay? All right? So it's very important. When I heal you guys for the very first time, I go through your body system and scan up and down to see exactly what's going on. And when you get into the X-ray vision, you know exactly which vibration is off center, okay? Which hydraulics is not connected, okay? Because there's vibrations that could be loose like this. You know, you have to understand waving patterns through sound recognition. Sound recognition is very important when it comes to vibration, okay? Because everything through the mind is different. Everything through the body is different. Everything through the lower frequency is different. You have to understand how to come together as one so you can vibrate everything through its illumination lights. So I want to keep you on a continuous force and keep you through your upgrade mode systems, okay, through the hydraulics, okay? It's very important to know these things. So, so if you're seeing red, you're getting connected through bounce, okay, of the gamma ray systems. Okay, I think I did a back review video too, what the gamma ray is and its connection through its mirror, alcohol, and its energy, and its connection through all heat signatures. Okay, so the more you connect with everything that I say to you, try to understand what it means. Okay, you have to understand what the body is. You have to understand the mind. You have to understand the connection, the conversation. You can have a conversation with your heart. You can have a conversation with your mind, and you can have a conversation with the ancient of its mortal of its soul. Okay, so it's all about upgrading everything through its mortal state. Okay, so you get into the mortal state, then you get into the eye reception of its state to its mortal of its communication state. Once you get into the communication of everything through the hydraulics of an electrical system, then you understand everything through the electricity systems and everything through its connection of its mind system. Okay, so, but that's just upgrading your your balance and your security. Okay, so about 2 weeks I saw activation of pyramid. It was a total blue pyramid. Oh, that's great. So understanding your coloration patterns through your pyramid system, so you have to know how to activate that through its illumination lights, through its galactic matrix. Is it true that I noticed when I listen to your information it balances me? Yeah, everything I give you is balance. Even this channel gives you balance. But the thing is too, is that when you watch my video, it gives you balance through electricity. It gives you balance through vibration, and it gives you balance through emotional content. Okay? Your vibrations have to be at a certain level for upgrading systems. Okay? Because the mind capacitor system is very important when it comes to balance of line frequency levels of energy of intelligence. Once you understand that, then we can get into the singularity of its simulation system and how everything disappears and then reappears. And then you're in the simulation of its modes. Then you extend the acceleration, then you extend your speed of its velocity of its wind spin system through the oscillation wind systems. Okay, that oscillation wind is its connection through its dimensional clouds. Okay, So it's understanding everything around you and what it represents to you. Do you have friendship? Do you have relationship? Or do you have partnership? Because everything around you, you can have friendship. And there's some other things you can have partnership. So it's very important to get balanced with everything through vibration. So that's why I'm upgrading your mind system. So everybody can be balanced through its frequency levels of its vibration. Okay? Because you don't want to be partnership with a computer and be friendship with box surfacing system through a ground formation of a ground system, or a connection through a wall graphing of a panel system. You know what I mean? Those are two differentials of vibrations. So it's very important that you get partnership with everything. So that's what we're doing through its upgrading of its healing through its PayPal accounts, my PayPal account. So remember I was telling you about how you guys are connected to everything, okay? When you wake up every morning, your mind system, okay, it understands what's going on. Okay, it's communicating with you every single day through its inner and outer force. And it's extremely real, okay? Because you're out of your operating program system, okay? Actually, everybody hears that, which is great. So fantastic on that. Good for you. It's good that you guys are concentrating more and you're understanding your thoughts, okay? So let's just say, all right, thoughts. Now, understanding this is going to help you out big time. All right, remember I was saying about vocabulary systems, thoughts, okay? Thoughts are everything to the mind, okay? So you have to understand that T represents something in space, H represents something in space, O, U, G, H, T, S. All this represents partnership in space. Now, once you understand what thoughts means, that is going to get your full collaboration of your mind system to its positive mode system, through its hydraulics of its electrical system, through its brain of its mind frequency system, through space and time. Okay? So that should help you out. Okay? And with the thoughts, okay, you have positive and you have negative. All right? Positive and negative. Now, I'd like to start off with negative because a lot of people have trouble with balance. Okay, balance is everything. So that negative system, okay, that negative wire, that negative rotation system is going to go on its back force. Okay. Now, it knows what it's doing. Everything that is created knows exactly what it's doing. Okay. So if it goes on its back force, what happens is your thought process goes into the negative system fully and completely. Okay. So that's negative. And the positive is this way. Okay. You see the difference between the two? One is yes and the other is no. Right? And there's no in between. There's never any in between. There's either yes or no. And the thing is, if you think of a thought and you say, oh, maybe, then you're not sure, right? If you are sure, you're going to say yes. If you're not sure, you're going to say no, okay? Anything in between is fighting with your ego, okay? It's very important. So thoughts, through its continuous force, okay, T. Remember, like I said, everything is an upgrade. It's an uprise. So T itself, okay, is telecommunication. Okay. I'll do it short form, because it's a long word. So if you guys start understanding that once you put your your letters into words and words into meaning and meaning into action and action into movement and movement into space, then you understand what thoughts means. Okay. So I'm going to run that through you. So I really, really want you to pay attention on this because the thoughts are everything through the mind system. Okay. So T stands for telecommunication. Okay. Anybody take a guess what H stands for? What does H stand for? I need to find my connection with the location of my transition lights. Are they lost in space? Hold on, Anna. Maybe the connection point is on the dark side of the planet. Can you help me with that? See, the thing is great too is that when you're in your body simulator, Anna's more informed of what's going on with her location system. She just doesn't understand that. Is she communicating in space or is she communicating in time? Okay, so I'll help you out, Ann. Hold on a sec. But I just want to get through this, through the thoughts. Okay, does anybody understand what H is? H is heart. Okay, H means heart. Okay. Oh, see how it's coming together? Everything I give you is an uprise. Okay, that's a positive feed, knowing that it's going through its lights of its communication, through its line signal. Everything is an upgrade, an uplinking. Okay, and the downloads is everything through its paraphrasing units of what thoughts means, through its upgrading system. Okay, yeah, hologram. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so anybody have O? What does O stand for? Anybody want to take a guess? O stands for? O stands for oxygen. Okay, oxygen. But see how it's coming together? I'm just going to go through this for, okay, G. G is galactic. Okay. H. Anybody? Now, we have H here, right? We have the heart. Now, the H at the end is the heart central. Okay, see, everything is an upgrade, heart central. This is getting connected through the galactic forces energy core. So it's a heart central. Okay, now T. Anybody have one for T? Time's continuing. Okay. Now, all this is collaborated in the mind system. Okay. S. Buddy should know S. The one thing I'll give you, okay, will help you out with your traveling mechanisms is knowing that everything through plural of anything through shapes, letters, and numbers that has a thought, okay, or even a question of a thought, okay, that has an S at the end is systems. Always and always will be. Okay, just remember that. Because everything through space and time is connected through systems. Okay, so that's what thoughts means. Now, everything I give you is a high rise, and that's all positive. There's nothing negative about that. Now, if you put that in chronological order, then you understand how to communicate through telecommunication, through its heart, through its oxygen, through its galactic, through its heart central, through its time continuum, and its systems. Okay, but that's what thoughts means in space and time. Yeah, you thought it'd be hologram, right? The reason why it's not hologram is because it's just the thought. Okay, if it was on an activation mode system through a vocabulary of a system, okay, where we have action, verbs, nouns, proverbs, you know, adjectives, synonyms, homonyms, all that, that's its connection. Then if H was there, it would be hologram. Because hologram is a pixel division, okay, through a hologram system, which is united. It's a united front. So with thoughts, okay, everything through its connection, you understand balance, okay? So when you're talking through your thoughts, try to analyze everything. What does T stand for? What does H stand for? But you have to be in the right location. That's where it gets hard. That's why Anna is having problems, okay? She's not sure what's happening. If she lost in space, it's because is she communicating with space or is she communicating with time? Okay, that's where you guys have to understand, because the mind has to understand its conception mode systems. It has to understand what's going on through its information panels. It has to understand its energy of its intelligence and its line communication. If it doesn't understand that, then you're never going to answer your patterns through your voicing box of its grid system through allocation systems. So it's very important when you travel, you know exactly what your thoughts are. Okay, so thoughts, every time I come around thoughts, okay, even if it comes up in a conversation, I know what thoughts are. You know exactly in chronological order and what it means. Okay, so try to communicate with that. You can write it down. Okay, Now, anything through action, okay, you get into the hologram system. So let's just say, pick a word. Pick any kind of word. All right, I'll get you guys involved this time. Okay, so I'll rub this out. Now, every time you pick a word, okay, it's located to the mind system. Everything through thoughts is travel. That's how you keep uprising through its energy of its healing. Okay, it's powerful stuff, you guys. When you get into your A to Z or A to Z, okay. So, like, say an example here, cat. This is a good one, cat, and then you have dog. Okay, cat and dog. Now you have to understand a cat. What is a cat? Okay. What is a dog? What does it represent? Right? So you have to understand the traveling mechanisms of its cats through its DNA. Okay, so cat has a DNA. And a dog has a DNA. Now, its eye perception, okay, through a dog sees different than it sees a cat. Okay? The eye. It's very important. So everything through DNA structure is different. Okay, so the cat looks different and the dog looks different. Now, everything through its letter, okay, C, you have to understand it's a cat, okay, it's an animal, all right? So what would C stand for? What do you think C would stand for? Trying to help you guys out so you can get involved here because this is a lot of fun. I'm just showing you how you can bring your thoughts to higher force. Very good, Melissa. It's connection. Good for you. Very good. So you guys are connecting through your waving cycles through its mind connection, through its mind telepathy, its telekinesis. Excellent, Melissa. Good for you. What does the A stand for? I just said the word. What is a cat? Yep. Very good. So it's very simple to understand everything through communication of thoughts. And that's how it keeps uprising. Okay? Nothing through thoughts is negative. Nothing. That's where you get your balance. Okay, through your alphabet. Okay, what does T stand for? Anybody? No, it's communication all around with animals because they communicate through energy and vibration. So it's not telecommunication. No. No, because when you get into telecommunication, you get into vortex division. So no. T stands for time. Okay. Time in the location of where the cat is. Okay. The time frequency levels of the cat. Okay. Because cats live what? They live up to, what is it, 1921 years of age. And through a human year, it's probably 80, 85 years old. So you have to understand time between a cat. So the same thing, okay? So now we have connection, animal, and time, okay? Understand the communication of a cat, then you understand vibration of a cat, okay? Now a dog, okay, is a little bit different, okay? Their DNA structure is different from a cat, okay? The only thing they have the same is their eye receptacle units glows in the dark. Okay, it's like radioactive vision, radar. It's magnetic force. You know, they illuminate. You know, you turn off the lights and you see their eyes. They glow at night, so they can see provisions and through night vision. So, what does D stand for? For dog. This is where it's fascinating stuff. You guys are gonna, yep. Anna's right. It's dimension. Good for you. Very good. Dimension. You guys are thinking now. I want you guys to start thinking on your own, so you get a better idea. Okay, what does O stand for? You won't get this one. Open frequency. Open frequency. Okay, it's complicated. And the G? Oh, oxygen. Nope. No. It'd be oxygen if it was an object. What's G? Anybody? G. So we have D for dimension, O for open frequencies, and G for, yep, very good, galactic. Excellent, good work. So that's good. Okay, so you see the difference between the cat and the dog and DNA structure? The C stands for communication, A stands for animal, T stands for time, D for dog is dimension, O for open frequency, and G for galactic. That's why their DNA structures are different. That's why their communication is different. Okay, that's why the animals are different. Okay, everything is an upgrading thought through thoughts. Okay, fascinating, eh? So you guys are paying attention. Great stuff. Good for you. Now, your perception will tell you exactly what your communication levels you are at. Okay, so let's get into Anna. Now, Anna, yeah, I'm making you think differently. Exactly. That's what I'm doing. I'm changing your brain frequencies through your mind system. Okay, so let's see if we can answer Anna's problem here. She's saying that she needs to have a location of transmission lights, and they're lost in space. Maybe the connection point is on a dark side of the planet. Can you help me with this? Okay, so everybody, what can we do to understand what Anna's going through? Okay, like I said, you have to understand solar text. Okay, I, okay, is connected through a healing source through a star system. Every letter is a star energy vibration system. So you have to understand how to paraphrase that so we can help Anna and rediscover everything through her connection through light and dark. Okay? So this is where we turn on our mind system, you know? Light goes on. So I want to see if anybody can connect with Anna. She says that, like I said, lost in space, okay? The connection point is on the dark side of the planet, okay? It's the dark side of my planet, okay? So she knows her energy of its intelligence, but she can't find its line communication, right? That's where understanding that are you in the light or are you in the dark surface of its solar center? So anybody come up with an answer for Anna? I want you guys to understand how you can do this yourself, okay? And that's why we start with the thoughts. So now you know what thoughts are, okay? Now you know the DNA structure of a cat and dog and how they're different animals, okay? That goes with anything through humanity, okay? Everybody has a different voice, okay? Everybody has a different DNA through the biochemical system of its reproduction, okay? You have molecules, okay? You have receptacle units of you through transmission lights. Everybody's transmission light through communication is different, okay? It's how you contain your thoughts through its uprising system, okay? All right, so it's a little bit confusing. It's extremely hard, but what it is Anna's basically, I'll give you the answer. Now, her dark situations on her dream set sequencing system. Okay, her light communication levels of her spiritual realm system is not high rising through its division. So her location centers are blocking her device system through her thoughts of its mind system. That's what's happening with Anna. Okay, that's understanding that you don't go through anything through hesitation. You know exactly what's going on. So it's knowing the DNA structure of Anna and her vibration through her energy cycles. Okay, because her mind capacitor system is confusing through its mode system of space and time. Okay, that's what it is. That's Anna. That's what she's having problems with, right? So everything through connection of vibration is healing. Okay, once you understand how to use the energy, you know how to use the activation, then you use electricity. Everything around it is electricity. Then it becomes a body system, or anything that you create through thoughts. Okay, so like I said, you already know what thoughts means. You already know what cat and dog means. Now you have to translate that through the mind system, through full collaboration and partnership. Okay, that's how you can communicate with entity force systems of everything. Okay. Like if I wanted to communicate with other planet systems, I have to know exactly what it means. What is that planet representing? What vibration are they at? What DNA structure are they at? What coloration are they at? Okay, what gravity center are they at? What location are they at? What line frequency system? What simulation line system are they at? That's what I mean. Okay, once you understand it through its high rising, through its mind system, you can get balanced through that entity force of its line fraction system. Okay, through its alignment system. So everything is a test of knowledge, especially when you communicate with anything through space and time. Okay, it's like, for example, why Anna was having problems. Okay. One example I want to give you through line communication, we start with lines, okay, because we're going to start there for now. Okay, so let's just say blue graphene cycle system through connection wire system. Now, I'm going to give you 3 circle center systems through an atom system, through line communication of energy force system, okay? Now, these atoms are going to communicate all waving cycles of dimensional realm system through all planet systems. So understanding location centers, okay, through its thoughts, because everything is communication through an atom. So you got to ask the atom, where do you want the atom to go? What planet do you want it to go on? What location do you want it to high rise? Where's the GPS location signal through its analytical mind system? Where is the web graphing cycle system through the hydraulics? It's extremely powerful stuff when you go through the mind, because the mind collaborates in so many ways and forms of line communication through energy of its singularity line system. Okay, so we start off with that. All right, now we're going to stay in the same blue cycling system of its blue marker system, because if I go through colorations, we're in the matrix and it's too confusing to the mind. All right, so we're going to stay in that location. So that atom system, remember I was telling you about speed force, how it jumps back and forth. Well, we're going to have the atom system go to a higher realm, to a higher division, like that. Okay, so that's understanding its thoughts through this atom system. Now it knows its location center, and it's going to reach its planet system. Okay, planet system, like that. We've done that with the higher self through communication of yourself. Okay, this is understanding full collaboration through partnership of its atom through its mind system. Okay, this is how it's connected through you, through its planet system. You want the one you want to locate from. Okay, so like I said, with the atom system, there are numbers, letters, and shapes. So each planet is either a letter, number, or shape. Okay, that maybe help you out a little bit more. Now, once you understand the letter, numbers, shapes, then you can understand its thoughts of its transition. Then you get into teleportation. Once you get into teleportation, then you understand telecommunication, of energy of telecommunication through vortex division. Okay, that's where you get into the new anomaly system of its new atom system. Because when it goes to its planet system and it's high rising to higher division, that location center is going to change its atom through its coloration through its matrix line system. Okay, it's extremely powerful stuff. So basically, let's just complicate the situation here. All right. Now, basically, I put in 1-0 question diamond. Okay. Now, that planet system is extremely, extremely high rise through all vibrations. So that's why it's paraphrasing through letters, numbers, and shapes. So you have to understand its communication of 1-0 question mark and diamond. Okay. In here, right? Can't really see it, but I'll show you. But I'll show you exactly what it is. The diamond, the question mark, the 0, and the 1. Okay? This here is its communication to its planet. Now, the atom understands its communication through its 4 divisional levels, remember? These are 4 divisional levels of line system through communication, shapes, letters, and numbers, but it's not connected through anything through the lines. So it has to understand what's going on with its thoughts. Okay, so like I said, you have to understand what 1 is. So it's a 1 divisional line. Okay, the 0, the 0 is a planet system through a location system. Okay, planet system. Location. So this is how you're going to communicate with this planet system through its vibration. Okay. Now the question marks are very complicated because line frequency levels aren't communication levels. So it can be a confusing line signal through a plasmism or an activation code system. So that's what it is. The question mark is an activation code system. Okay. Activation code. What that means is that's why it's a question, because which activation is it? That's why it is a question. Question in space, that's what it means. It's an activation code system. Okay. All right. All right. So we got one more. Once we get one more, we got the diamond core. Now, this is tricky. Once you get into the diamond core, you have to know exactly the coloration of its planet system, because the diamond core is in its center of its planet system. But you have to understand its coloration. Once you understand its coloration, then you have partnership with this planet system through its vibration. Okay? So once it understands its diamond core through its dimension, okay, so it's a 4 immortal system because it's high illumination light and vibration system, 4 divisional levels, okay, immortal system, cross-reference circle, okay? I'm going with site-link system, so exactly. So if I'm communicating on its right line communication line signal through energy of intelligence through a harmonic system, it's going to communicate back with me. Okay, it's going to communicate back with the atom system. Okay, let's change it into coloration there because colorations are better. Okay, to show you. So the diamond core communicates back with the atom system through the mind system. Now, once it understands what's going on through its communication, the diamond core goes back into its reference system of its mortal system with its point division. Okay, so that point division through its mortal system is red. Okay, so if that's red, this is red. Okay, so now it's communicating with you through its center of its circle, through its levels of its force connection, through its line frequency system, its circulation rotation system of 4 immortal point systems of dimensional realms. So now it's on full waning cycles through its atom system. Now it's communicating through its letters, numbers, and shapes. Okay? So once you know how to communicate fully, it rotates its symbol to its coloration. I did that with the star, remember? Once it circles and cycles through its location center, then you have partnership with it because it shows you its true color. Okay? And its true color is full red. Okay? Now the atom system has communication of partnership its diamond core. So once it has communication with the diamond core, the 1, the 0, the question mark, and the diamond core, okay, through its activation of its mortal state, its 4 division line, 5 within its center, we've been through that before, it high rises. Okay. This high rises, and all this changes into this changes into this. So now it's on partnership of its coloration. It high rises through letters, numbers, and shades of its location. So it went from blue to red. So that's understanding the communication. Once it circles and cycles through its system, now you're communicating on its realm system, its coloration system of 1, 0, question mark, diamond. Right? Powerful stuff, eh? Complicated, isn't it? It's extremely, extremely complicated. But that's what the mind is when you go way, way beyond of everything through communication of vibration, through energy of intelligence, through minds of everything through its connection of its collaboration, and everything through its connection of its partnerships, of all energy systems, through matrix alignment systems. So 1 division line, 0 planet system, activate code system through the diamond core system to get partnership through its coloration. Very good, Melissa. Excellent. Good for you. See, Melissa's getting more and more intent and more communication levels with her interforce connection. She's understanding more communications of shapes, letters, and numbers. Okay, so she gave me the answer to that. That's what I'm saying. It's not just understanding the energy of its knowledge of its intelligence, but she knows exactly how to put it in a framing system to bring it back to my location of its answering mode system through its vocations of its locations and its connection through its voice box system. So of its solar text division. So that's extremely right, Melissa. Good for you. Thumbs up. That's excellent. So you're now connecting through its thoughts of its mind. That's because Melissa is high rising, guys. Okay. That's what PayPal does. I'm healing you now through this YouTube. I told you that before, but I give you specifics, okay, through its demonstrations and everything through its definition and everything through its correction when it comes to the paraphrasing of its units through its YouTube, of its software, its solar text division, which means I put everything down. Every single day, I give you a different storyline, right? Through an energy cycle. And you have to go through my PayPal so you understand everything through the illustration that I'm drawing. Okay, because Melissa understands that. Okay, she doesn't question anything anymore. She knows exactly what's going on. It's not a question to her because she's answering her patterns through her mind system. Okay, 1 divisional line of 0 planet system activation code system through the diamond core system to get partnership through its coloration. That's exactly what it is. She answered that through her program assistant, through her mind, and elliptical system. The elliptical system, understanding energy wavings of colorations through atom systems. Okay, so that's another thing. I don't want to get into that. It's too complicated. One thing at a time. But very good, Melissa. Okay, so now you understand what a question is. So every time you get a question mark through line frequency of a matrix line system, you know exactly what that question mark is. Okay, but if the question mark is a different coloration, it's in a different dimension through alignment of a matrix grids. It could be on the simulation, okay? It could be on another planet system through another location. So this is where it gets extremely complicated through the mind, because the mind is so complex and so complicated, it's very hard to understand. It's not just vortex math. It's everything through the mind, through everything through its connection. So it's understanding that the mind itself, okay, goes beneath everything. Okay, so it's kind of like you're looking at the water, okay? You look down, you've seen the glycerin of the water surface, and then your perception can see right down to the grounds. Let's say it's 20,000 feet. 20,000 feet of water. You can see right to the grounds. That's going way beyond. That's what I mean. So it's understanding how to go through those upgrades. So if you're going down into the waters of containment, everything is implode, not explode, right? Because the more you further go down, you implode yourself because of the oxygen levels, right? So either way, you can't breathe. Explode is explode. Implode is implode when you're going beneath, right? So understanding everything through the water of its grounds and everything around its atmospheres of its grounds, then you understand what the mind is and what it does through its complex division. So, but we're doing a lot of illustrations today. It's a lot of fun, eh, guys? Isn't this fun? This changes everything through location centers. This changes everything through your mind system because you guys are getting more intelligent, more knowledgeable. So it's fascinating too because it's reprogramming everything through your life system. So this is only given to you through your perception if you understand line division, okay, through space, okay? So if you don't understand what this is, now, it's very complicated, extremely complicated. Now, understanding what is this? What is it? Does anybody know? Take a guess. Try to take a gander at what it is. Really understand your lines, understand the atoms, understand what's going on with its location, understand its human emotion. That human emotion is connected through its brain, okay? Because the brain is connected through the spiritual realm because it has its own brain system through its mind system. Because now you're connected through the spiritual realm. Like I said, you can't use the human brain for information panel systems of energy and line communication through singularity line systems. It won't understand it. The brain doesn't understand that because it only understands the oxygen levels of its earth. But if the mind is in space, it'll understand what it means. Okay, so try to understand what this means. It's a lot of fun. Anybody want to try to take a crack at that? What it is, what it means, what it represents, where it is, what location? I'll show you one more time. No, you can't communicate with these lines until you know electronic interference. You have to understand this is a different atom, this is a different atom. They're all in different dimensions of line frequency systems. Okay, you know this is on a low, you know this is on a lower, you know this is on a medium, and you know this is on a high. Okay, so you just have to understand, why is this bending? Why is it going like this? Because it's changing a motion fraction through line division. Okay, so what is it? Try to analyze it. Try to figure out what it is. Now, the thing is, if it's not at your perception, that's okay. It's because you're not communicating, but you should be able to communicate with anything through lines. Okay, so Melissa's informative of what one division through a line of a zero planet is through its activation code. So she understands the question. And that's why she got the answer. Because everything in space, I'll say again, is partnership. So an atom system through its deviating line systems. Yep, that's not the completing source, but that's good, Melissa. Good for you. Good try. Point divisions connection from angles. That's pretty good, Anna. Okay, but you forgot the frequency line system through the location of its vibration of its harmonic system. So it's complicated, I know, but you guys are getting it through your perception. So that's the answer you're giving me, because that's what the mind is at. Your mind is on a different DNA structure through communication of line signals, okay? But it's not saying that you're right or it's not saying that you're wrong. It's just that you're at its involvement through its balance of its perception, okay? So this is what Melissa sees through her perception. This is what Anna sees through her perception, because you guys are at different DNA structures, okay, through lines of communication of angular motion. Remember I was telling you about the trithesis, how you have to look at its angles, okay? So, but that's good though. That's really good. An atom system through its deviating line system. You almost got the answer, Melissa, through your perception, but I'll add that to you because everything is an interforce or higher force connection. So Melissa, all you had to do was add an atoms instead of atom. Atoms, okay? You would have got the right answer. See? Just that little, everything in space is detailed through line communication. So it'd be an atoms systems through its deviating line systems. Okay, atoms. These are atoms, not just one atom. You don't see one atom here. You see more than one, right? It's plural, right? Through systems. Okay, but Melissa, through her perception, she's pretty right, and so is Anna. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so you know exactly what you need to work on through its locations when you higher force your connections through line communication of singularity of its energy of intelligence harmonic systems. So, okay. Now, these are fraction line divisions through communication levels, okay? These are connecting through all realms of alignment systems through an atom system, okay? Now, that atom system is its location centers, which becomes its atoms. And those atoms are in locations of all vibration systems through all illumination lights of connection of bend serpentine systems of all locations of dimensional realm systems. That's what this is, okay? So, just showing you, but it's great though. It's amazing how you guys remember we were going through his back forcing system of electronic board of his white graphene board system, and we're connecting through pictures and what it means and what it represents. That's what it is. Now we're getting into the complicating energy motion when it comes to line signals. Okay, you have to understand what line signals are. Okay, here's another one. Are they pixels too? No. No, they're not pixels. No. The reason why they're not pixels is because it's just line communication of vibration through energy of intelligence, okay? Pixels has to have these. It has to have something in the middle to activate its mode system. A line signal can't, you can have a chakra system through a line signal, but for pixels, it has to be in its inner and out of its code system. And that code system has to be in its alignment system. Okay, so that's why in your body system you have pixels. Okay, it has to activate. You can't activate an aligned signal. It doesn't work. Okay, it won't communicate. Right, that's the difference. See, that's the pixel division through its body system. You can have pixels in a star system through anything, through a hologram of a planet system, but through a line signal, no, you can't have pixels because there's no way to activate it. It has to have two parallels, two dimensionals through its paradigm shift. Okay, so it's changing colorations. So it's kind of like a rotating system. Like it's activating illumination lights. But a line signal itself, it can't. Okay? It doesn't have its connection. It doesn't have its balance. Okay, so that's the number two. But that's a good question. So, you guys are learning quick, though. I love it. It's fascinating. You guys are getting harder and harder with these questions. And you're getting these answers, too, which is, as long as you're understanding line communication, you guys are, you know, getting more knowledgeable of intelligence. This is fascinating stuff. So, I'm going to go through another line signal. Okay? Now, it's pretty easy stuff. This one's easy. You should be able to get this. Understand what's going on with this communication of its lines. Okay? What are the lines doing? What are they saying? What's the emotional contact? Where's the vibration setting through its balance? What are the atoms doing through its location? Okay. It's kind of like looking at an illustration of the diagram program and trying to fix it with the problem. You have 4 divisional levels of colors. Okay. Now you got to find which color is right and which color is wrong. Okay, it's the same thing. So it's understanding what is this atom doing, okay, through its atoms. Okay. You get an idea what it is? Line divisions of the box system. Okay. That's pretty good. Atom systems, communicating line systems. That's the basic introduction where it's going on through its connection, but I want to know its involvements through its communication levels. Okay, I want to know exactly what's happening with its line communication through its singular its line system, through the energetic waving patterns of electronic interference. Okay, so basically what it is, remember about the confusing line signal? It opens its gap. That's the activation that you keep open. Remember we started off like this through its activations, through its vortex, and we kept it open. And there's a reason why it was open, right? Okay, so it'll get lost in transition. Okay, everything through lines is communication. So if this is open for a reason. Okay, there's a reason why this is open. Okay, it's not connected because it's not a different. If it was connected, it'd be a different dimension through a shape. Okay, so understanding the atom through its communication. Now you have to remember too, this is tricky, but there's an atom in the center. Okay, the reason why there's an atom in the center is because this is in the simulation. So it's kind of like a complex question. So that atom in its center communicates in all levels. Okay, so it's kind of like an hourglass, right? Okay. So when there's an atom in the center, it knows its connection. So once it knows its connection, it can connect to a 4-box system through, it's got 2 pyramid systems, okay? See the pyramid systems? One here and one here, pyramid, upside down pyramid, okay? Now, once it centers systems, it connects in all realms through a plasma system. Okay. Cross-pointed circles, we already gone through that, right? Okay. Cross-reference. Okay. Then you activate it. Okay, once you activate it, you bring it up to a higher realm. We've been through this before. This is very basic stuff, but I'm just showing you what goes on when you go through line communication of energy and intelligence through line singularity line systems through its connection of box surfacing system through a plasma or plasmesium force system through an activation code system, which paraphrases everything through an atom system that's in the center core of the simulation line system. Okay. Holding its dimension while getting activated. Yeah. Through its center atom system. Yeah. See, that was tricky. Okay, I gave you a trick question because the thing is too is that when you're in the simulation, everything's disappeared, but it's still there. That's understanding that you're at that speed because everything in space through shapes, letters, numbers is in the simulation, but it's on a different code frequency through plasmesium, through plasma, through helix, hydrogen, activation code, right? And we know what the activation code is. It's a question mark. Okay. So. But I hope you guys are having fun. This is a fun day for illustrations and just trying to fool around with line communication, try to understand it, you know? Like if a line goes like this, okay, what is it doing? First off, the thing is too, this is in the simulation, obviously, this is complicated stuff, but you know the atom's in the center, or is it in the center? So the mind system knows exactly where the communication of that line is. Once it understands its communication, then it knows its atom. So when it knows its atom through its coloration, it appears. That's where the atom is. It's not in the center, it's here. So it's understanding where the location is through the atom of its line frequency line system. Now, like I said, you can change coloration, right? Now, if you change coloration, you understand communications of major grids. Okay. So now it's connecting right now, right? It's in the singularity of its line system through its simulation. It's changing color, so it's going from red to green. Okay. And it can uprise to green or it can uprise to blue. It doesn't matter. Okay. So it's kind of like having fun with lines and how to communicate with them. Once you know how to communicate with lines, you can change the Fred fraction differential of its color and uprise it to a higher level. Okay. So you can go like this, change the coloration because it's connecting through a line frequency line system. Okay. So it's understanding its coloration and it turns green. Okay. Now, this is understanding human content where it comes into human evolution through a human vessel through its brain system. When you're going through lines, everybody understands lines. But when you're in the mind system, I try to give you understanding of what the human brain is and what the human mind is and the difference between the mind system and the mind of its brain system through its space of its time system. You have to understand that. Because if you're communicating through the human brain of the human mind, you're never going to understand line communication. So that's very important that I keep giving you these upgrades through its division. So let me get into lines. Okay, now let's just say we have 3 atoms that are the same color, like that. Now, you got to ask yourself, through your perception, they're separated, but they're not line divided, are they? Or are they? Okay, so you have to understand how to communicate with this atom, even without a line frequency line system. Okay, it's on its coloration, it's green, but it's not connected through a line frequency system. So are you asking me or telling me that can it uprise? I'm giving you questions and answers to what you want to ask because I already know what you're going to think. I know what you're thinking. I know how you guys are thinking. So I'm asking you questions about, is it going to change its fraction division through its line frequency of its atom system to its high-rise division? Okay. Or is it going to change its direction where it's separated through 3 universal divisional line systems that are connected through an atom system? The atom systems are connected. Now, believe it or not, this is higher than this. Even though it's line separated and you don't see the line. The line is there in the simulation. Again, once you see the line in simulation, you know exactly the coloration through the major grid system. This is extremely complicated, okay, because this is what the mind is and where you go through communication through vibration, okay? So that line is red. Okay, that line is red. It's higher than this line, even though it's red, green, and green. Okay, even if it high rises, it doesn't matter. This is higher because it's in the simulation. Okay, these 2 could be in the simulation, but you have to understand its location division. Because one could be in a higher force connection, and this could be in a low frequency connection or a medium connection in the simulation. Because everything through connection of line frequency line signals through communication of atom systems is its coloration patterns. And that's where you get into high interforce connection through high energy of electricity systems through the entity force system. Okay. Remember I was telling you about the white graphene cycle system through its connection? Like basically through your perception. Remember I was saying nothing is everything? Through space, believing is seeing? Now, nobody sees anything, right? But I do. It's understanding that I not just see the illustration of its diagram through its mind system, but I understand, see that right there? See? Now that's just reflection, right? That's reflection through its, everything is communication. You have to understand interforce connection. So this is a static vision of a glowing system through a white snowflake. This white snowflake is a dimensional round system that's connected through all realm systems of electrolytic systems. This planet system is communicating through this white graphene board system through its connection of its mortal sun and its mortal moon. So once you understand communications, every single time you communicate, you're communicating with the mortal sun and its mortal moon, but you have to understand its coloration of its behavior. Then you get into the fraction division of psychic divisions of shadowing. And then you get into the shifting locations, right? Because it's white, right? But as you can see, through my perception, that's what I see. Okay? Yeah, the simulation is space and time, yeah. It's complicated though, because atmospheres are different from space, as atmospheres are different from time. Okay? Time sequences of everything through fractal division is alignments through the holographic system of your mind system. The communications that air forcing systems through all communication of energy, of vibrations, of illumination lights, of gamma ray systems, and its connection through star systems, solar systems is space. So, immortal sun and immortal moon. That's at my perception. That's understanding that I'm fully connected through all communication of vibrations, through everything, through its atmospheres and its grounds. Okay, and its humanity system. That's what it means. Immortal is its connection to everything. Everything. Letters, numbers, and shapes, people, vibrations, cars, roads, maps, geographical systems, food, glasses, tables, couches, everything. That's what immortal is. It's connecting to the soul's recognition of electronic interference of everything around you. Once you get into the mortal state, then you know everything through location and where it's at through its dimension. Okay. I think I did that on my space discoveries, telling you about snowflake dimension, how it's going through its cloud interference of cloud formations of other dimensions. Very powerful stuff. It's understanding through your perception what you see through its location. Okay. I say, how do you come up with snowflake? Because it looks like a snowflake, or a graphene cycle of the system of a snake, right? Or a location center of a donut system that looks like a realm system through a multiverse connection. Okay, everything in space is complicated, but everything is corrected and DNA structured from its plasma system, through its plasmesium, to its connection of its helix, hydrogen, and everything through its connection of its oxygen levels. So once you put those colorations together through its activations, then you get into galaxy systems. Okay, because everything is connected through vibration, right? And like I said, you can connect to anything through energy, right? So try to go through the mind, try to understand the singularities line system, everything through its communication, okay? You have to understand what simulation is and what it means and what it does. Same with the mind. If you know exactly what the mind is and what the body is, what the heart is, and what the soul is, then you can work towards what a simulation is. Okay? So you have to mind frame your system into the matrix. Yep, the mortal is everything. Everything around you is in the simulation of its reality, of its ancestry. Okay? Okay, so Anna's got questions here. Is that a single line in space or time? Okay, what do you mean by that? You have to be more specific. A line signal through a communication line system can be anything. A communication of a line fragmentation system can be anything through a line frequency of a line system. So, you know, is the single line in space or is it in time? Okay, paraphrasing, just a unit system through a line frequency of a line, of a coloration of a marker system. Yes, the line itself is in space and time. Everything I draw is in space and time through the mind system. Okay. It's just understanding where the atom is in its line. And then you can uprise its line through its communication of space and time. But space and time have to have communication through balance. So hopefully that answers your questions. How do we uprise our perceptions or manage them from 3 levels? Well, you can start at 1 level, 2 level, 3 levels. It depends on that. There's so many dimensions, space and time, and its connection energy force system. So basically, that's where you leave it up to me. I keep giving you the videos through healing, and I keep giving you upgrades through his PayPal account. So don't worry about that. Everything through its energy of its healing will know exactly what you need to do. Okay? Now, you probably don't see yourself getting more knowledge and intelligence, but every time you communicate with me, you're giving me harder questions, or you're giving me answers to harder questions, which is great. So you're self-evolving to everything through its connection. How do I know space from time? You have to understand the energy cycles through its communication of all vibrations. Anna, that takes time. That's how I keep upgrading your body system through the scanning of systems. You have to listen everything to the mind, listen everything to its heart condition, everything through its soul's recognition. Okay? So, last night I was able to trace back everything, thought about 25 minutes and pinpoint precisely how many thoughts created everything that I experienced. I had a question for it, but I got it. Never mind. Good. So you answer your question that you were going to give to me, but you got it through mind telepathy telekinesis. Good for you. Way to go, Michael. Wonderful experience. I tried to maintain it as long as I could. Your perceptions through your division are going to understand your location systems, which means that your mind is getting more intelligence. Okay. Once it gets more intelligence, it gets more connection through vibration. Your vibration's high rise. Okay. Then when your vibration high rises, it high rises to a higher atmosphere. So you can be connected through a star and know exactly how to communicate through its energy of its cycles. Or you could be connected through a planet that's on a higher vibration, but you want to get there. You say, wow, how do I get to that high vibration? I want to get to that balance. I want to know its energy of its intelligence, right? It's all about understanding everything that's connected through space and time, okay? Yeah, he's getting instant answers because he understands his body system and he's going through all transformation lights I give him through his healing. So he knows what he's doing. Yeah, thumbs up on that. He knows what he's doing. And that's what understanding his balance through his connection, through his perceptions. Right? It's extremely powerful when you heal the mind system. Yeah, it's micro thinking. It's exactly micro and macro. Yep. Alpha and omega. It's knowing everything, okay, through vibration, communication, intelligence, knowledge, and emotional content through the physical, the mental, and the psychological of your mind graphing analytical web graphing system of the GPS location systems. Okay? You have to understand the physical, mental, and the psychological of everything. Okay? Because that's how space connects through time. But it's just as long as you know that space and time are two different, okay? They have to be. Because if they were both the same, it would change direction of locations of the galaxy system through vibration. It would crack surface everything, okay, to all locations of planet systems. So it's very important that you understand what space is and what time is and what frequency level you're at through its time location. So if you're answering patterns that's in time frequency systems, but you're getting connected through space, you can't do both at the same time. You can't communicate with space and you can't communicate with time until you understand its line frequency of its line system through its communication of its simulation line system through its energetic waving pattern system. Okay. Yep, Melissa's, yep. That's awesome. And finding answers coming into communication with higher self. Yep. Higher self is communication to everything. He knows exactly what to do. It's transferring, it's going through vortex. Thing is too that you guys, you're vortexing. If you know you're vortexing, then you're getting partnership with the electricity orb units. If you're getting communication with your orb units, then you're understanding your connection through alienation, plantation, formation systems. That's powerful stuff. If you understand how to create an orb, if you understand how to activate a vibration through dimension, if you know how to change your direction of pixel division, if you know how to activate your mode system through your body simulator, if you know how to change your eye receptors through the mind system, if you know how to locate all vibration systems, the location of ground systems, see what I'm saying? It just keeps coming to me more and more and more and more and more and more and more. That's what it does. That's what the mind is. It understands vibration completely and fully through partnership. And that's how you get into these fancy, fancy words from space and time. So team, take a guess what team means. Now, team is an optical unit that's connected to the galactic force connection. So it's force recognizing everything through communication levels of electronic interference. So it's a leadership. Team means leadership, but you understand what team means in space. Okay, so let's start with that. Team. Okay, team. What does T stand for? Remember, think leadership. What does T stand for? See, the thing is, once you guys stop hesitating, you're going to get the information instantly. I give you 5, 7, 10 different ways on what you need to do, right? That's how you go through your upgrades, and it goes instantly. Like Michael is getting connected. And his force recognition system through his body simulator, he knows he has to keep upgrading. Okay, because the higher self of the galactic matrix, where you are through your balance, say, okay, I got to go through my upgrading healing again. Okay, because I'm going to a higher division. If you don't get upgraded through your body system through healing, okay, your vibration signals are not going to be set at its balance. You can't communicate with higher force connection through that vibration if you're not at its balance. It's okay. Oh my God, Melissa got it. Good for you. Telecommunication. That's right. Good for you. But hold on. There's two paraphrasing units right now through parallel dimension set system that vortex dimension. So team is a leadership, right? It is telecommunication, but it's one more. It's one more. Remember, think leadership. There's one more word missing. Teleport. Okay? Teleport. Teleportation. Okay? That's what T stands for. That's understanding high-rise division, how powerful T is. Okay? E. E is what? That you won't get E. E's complicated. Okay, yeah, it's energy, but you're missing one. It's a complete source. Think of rotation. Energy what? Because remember, it's a team, right? Everything's a circulation rotation, right? It's a circle. Okay, so energy, if it's going on, it's continuous force. What is that? Energy what? Anybody? Good for you, Anna. Cycles. Excellent. That's right. Energy cycles. Now the M. What does the M stand for? Oh, sorry. Energy cycle A. What does the A stand for? I mind grabbed my sieves and I went too forward through communication time frequency level systems. A. What does A stand for? No, it's not wind cycles. A. A stand for. Atmosphere? No. Atom. Atom. See? This is how you put it together. Telecommunication through teleportation through energy cycles of atoms. Okay, that's what it means. That's what team is. It's leadership of everything through cycle division, through circular rotation. Now the M stands for M stands for mind frequency. Frequencies. Okay, because you're communicating with each other, right? That's what team is. Team is plural. Okay. Team is plural. Team is communication, togetherness, right? So it's telecommunication through energy cycles of teleportation through atom systems through the mind frequency levels of all systems. Okay, that's what team represents. Okay. So you guys are getting a better understanding, which is great. Good stuff. Yeah, you guys are getting better and stronger. You're reinforcing your connections through your body simulator, which is great. So, but there's a reason why you have to go through the healing. So just to let you know, that's why I keep giving you illustration diagram programs. Okay. Because if there's an entity force system through vibration of energy of patterns that is trying to connect with you, but you're not at its vibration, you're going to have problems. That's why you have to come to me so I can heal you and put you to that level of its division. Okay. That's why I give you through its PayPal. Everything else is healing through its location of its computer graphing system. You're getting healed. You should know it through my voice and grids, because my voice is space. Okay. I have infinitive breath through all infinities of realms of communication and vibrations of all entity force of live wires, its connection through planets' energy, locations of intelligence, and all solar systems of planet systems. So, yeah, everything is healing I give to you. But I'm just saying the speciality of PayPal gives you everything you need through an interforce connection. So you guys don't have problems through communication line signals of communication aligning frequency systems through all entity force systems. Okay? Because I know exactly what's going on with everybody. I know exactly where you're going. I know exactly where you're traveling. Okay, because that's what the mind is. The mind goes beyond, right? Everything. So if the mind goes beyond everything, it knows how to adapt to everything. It knows its vibration. It knows what's wrong with you. It knows how to correct its division. It knows how to change its location. It knows how to change its negative system. That's what the mind is, and that's what it does, right? So it's very important that you guys keep getting healed from time to time. More force recognition faster than others, because the more you high rise, the more you get smarter through its knowledge of its intelligence, right? So if you come to me and you say, okay, I just went through this strong entity force. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it means. I don't know where it's coming from. The planet is extremely hot. What do I do? Right? You have to come to me. Okay. If you don't come to me, that energy system is going to go into So it's understanding that you're not communicating properly, and that energy is going to go into you, and that's going to have a reaction to your body system. So that's very important, why I keep uprising your healing systems through its modes of its mind telepathy, of its telekinesis, of its activation through its mind susceptible unit systems, right? So you have to know these things, right? Especially if you're out of its operation program system. So, like I said, this is going way, way beyond anything through meditation. Yeah, it's a different healing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's extremely powerful healing through the new chakra system. Yes, I recommend that, Melissa, because everything through transformations and meditations, lights, and its connection through entity force systems, because they know you and you know them. Now, if they're trying to communicate with you and you're not at their vibration, that's why I keep healing you faster and faster, right? But yeah, it's a different energy that you have to go through activation of healing systems. So just try to balance your frequency levels. And like I said, if you're not understanding anything through your dream set sequencing systems, then you just can, go to my donation or do contribution, or, if you're comfortable where you are, that's great. I'm just saying that if you get an energy that you know nothing about, come to me, okay? And I'll heal you, because I know exactly what's going on with your energy cycles. I know exactly what entity force is going into your mind system, okay? Because everything is a takeover. So it's very important that you protect your energy grid, so your mind system, because everything through entity force system wants to come on dimensional Earth, right? Like I said, everything in space is light and dark, but once you connect through the mind system, it's connecting through you, and you better know how to communicate through its vibration. And that's what I mean, okay? Because it goes way beyond meditation, okay? Because you're not in a body format anymore through chakra systems. You're in a body simulator through weather patterns. It's extremely, extremely powerful through the gamma ray system, okay? So energy in space comes from dimensional. Space has to communicate through its planets, grounds, and dimensional Earth. Yep, add more to it than that, though. You have to get into the mortal state through vibration, though, Anna. Space gets its energy from its atoms through its connection with its mind. Remember, I told you have to watch my my video, Anna, from I think it was way, way back when I was communicating through how the mind is created through itself. Okay, the mind itself creates its own location, and then it creates its own atom, then it creates its own energy, then it creates its own revolution of evolution to its own solar system. Okay, so it's understanding how a mind comes in through a vibration. It's a little line, and that line just gets bigger through its voicing pattern. Now that mind system is connecting through its galaxy system. That's how it's created through its energies, through its magnesium magnetic forcing highway information system, which is connected through the matrix of its alignments. Okay, where it's connected through its letters, numbers, and shapes. And that's how it corrects all its divisions through communications of the mortal sun and its mortal moon. Okay, that's how it's created. Yeah, but that's where space gets its energy. Yes, I did. Very good. Yep, your mind septical unit system was remembering that. Good for you. Yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, Anna's paying attention. That's great. I asked you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The more you high rise through your division through healing, you're more energy, and that energy is going to teleport everything through telecommunication. And those energy cycles are going to go through teleportation. And that teleportation is going to go through vortex division. That vortex division is going to go through speed, velocity, wind spin systems that are connected through the body simulator systems, which are going to activate all your pixel activations through colorations through the matrix alignment systems. So it's extremely, extremely powerful stuff when you go through healing. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Nope, that's a very good question. That was a tricky one. Yeah. Space and time is very complicated because it's created through the same mind, but a different atom. Okay. Space is created from a different atom. Time is created from a different atom. Okay. That may help you out. So anyway, wow. Oh, look at that. Almost 2 o'clock. It's great. Loving it. So I'm going to let everybody go. But like I said, please feel free to ask any questions and comments. I'm here to help and guide you and give you everything through energies of cycles, divisions, everything through modification systems, everything collaboration, calibration, anything through energy mass, anything through energy cycles, anything through your new chakra system through the body simulator. Please feel free to go to my PayPal account so I can go through energy cycles and uprise all your divisions through line singularity line systems. So we connect in all realms. Okay. You have to get connected through your definitive breath so you can open the systems through entity force systems of communication line signals. So, all right. All right. So I love you guys very much. I'll keep you informed what's going on tomorrow. All right. We'll get into another illustration diagram program. It's exciting to know what's going on every day, right? It's fascinating because you see things different through vibration of energy of intelligence through communication line signals. So it's a lot of fun. So you guys have a great day. This is Andrew Weston, high rise in all divisions through electronic interference, through mind receptors, mind repeaters, and eye repeaters, and its connection energy motion systems. Calling out. Adios, everybody.